What's up, everybody? Michael Johnson here, all the way from Las Vegas. Just learned a couple things. I'm here judging a competition for ballroom dance, and learned a couple things this weekend and wanted to share with you some of my experiences from the weekend. So, let's cue the theme song and we'll get right to it.
Hi, my name is Michael Johnson. I'm a ballroom dance professional, a life coach, and a peak performance expert. I'm part of a group of motivated people who are dedicated to attaining emotional mastery and unlocking our full potential. We don't believe others are responsible for how we feel. In fact, we don't believe anyone can make us feel anything. We believe in the magic of ballroom dance. It has taught us how to improve our bodies, challenge our minds, and inspire our souls. And in return, I want to share those lessons with the world. We are lifers, and this is Magic for Life.
What's up, lifers? Michael Johnson here with the Magic for Life podcast, and so excited that you joined me here today and decided to tune in. I this weekend came out to Las Vegas and was invited to come out and judge a ballroom dance competition here, and just thought I'd check in and touch base with everybody out there and kind of share with you one of the things that kind of struck me this weekend. And there were a lot. It's always fun being able to judge a competition and be able to see everybody's hard work come out onto the floor. A lot of fun dancers and excellent performances, but one of the things that actually stood out to me wasn't necessarily on the dance floor this weekend. After the competition was over, we kind of have a tradition of having an after party, and they feed all the judges, and we can kind of hang out and catch up with each other because we don't see each other often. But as we were standing around having some nice food, one of the judges was telling a story from their own studio, and I thought I'd just pass it on. I won't share their name because I didn't ask them. But their story kind of went something like this. They went into their studio and they kind of looked around, and this guy, he's kind of crazy. He's always been crazy. He's a lot of fun, full of energy, full of life, and had a lot of success in his career. And he's like, I think we should change the color of the studio, the wall. We should repaint. And his wife was like, okay, sure, yeah, I guess we'll think about it. So that night, everybody packed up, but he decided he wanted to repaint. So he moved on it. He called up the painters. He had them come in that night. They showed up after everybody had been gone. They did all their prep, made a huge mess, but they stayed there all night, this painting group that he hired. They painted the whole studio a different color. And then while they were doing that, he hired a cleaning group to come in and clean up in the morning. So by the time everybody got back that next day, at about 1 o'clock the next day, the studio was a whole different color. His wife walked in and was like, I'm going to kill you. What were you doing? He goes, I talked to you about it. Said, let's change the color of the studio. And I thought this kind of stood out to me. I thought it was a pretty cool indication of the, roadmap of success. This man had a ton of success in his career, and part of why that is because he was able to operate at speed. He decided what it was he wanted, he made a decision, and he didn't look back. He just moved forward. And this was huge, right? Because it's so typical for all of us to try to make a great or perfect decision, and sometimes that takes us too long, and so then we miss the energy and we miss the opportunity to move forward. And I think sometimes because of our past, we have made decisions quick, and sometimes it didn't turn out right, and so then we had to change them. But really, the people that are super successful, whether it be in business or whether it be in athletics, in some way, shape, or form, even in dance, we're constantly working on speed. And so when there's so much noise going on in your world, then oftentimes you can't move at speed. So that's why a lot of people are looking for clarity of the surroundings. They're trying to take away the noise in their world. Some people take on yoga or meditation or all sorts of different things, and that's kind of what we're looking at. How can we get rid of the noise? Well, part of it is that we have to figure out whatever the problem is. In athletics, it's what's the challenge in front of us? What's the hurdle we have to overcome? What is the finish line? And in business, it's what kind of problem are you solving for the people? In dance, sometimes it's just even a problem that you're trying to fix to improve your performance and your output. So you got to know exactly what your problem is that you're trying to solve. And then at that point, you can go in and really attack it. And so, for the example I gave earlier, he had decided that he wanted the studio painted a different color. And that was kind of the problem. Now it's not life-changing, but instead of waiting around and instead of, fretting over it, making decisions, taking 2, 3, 4 weeks to do it, he just moved on it and made it happen instantly. And that's huge, right? We got to find ways to increase the speed at which we can make decisions and move with it. Now remember, decision is a verb. It's not a noun. We're not making something like a cupcake. We are making a decision. Now that means we are taking action to decide. And this is huge, right? If you can increase the speed at which you can actually solve those problems, you can lower the noise, and in some instances you might have to make a different choice, because if you move so quick that maybe you make mistakes, that's clearly an issue. But at the same time, at least you're moving forward. And so you got to find ways to make new decisions, make them quickly, and take action quick. Anyway, I thought it was interesting because it was certainly the pedigree of a champion and somebody that had a lot of success. And it was a little bit of an insight as to their thought process and their mentality. Make a decision and move on it. Get going. If you feel like there's energy around something, go with it. Go with the momentum. Go with the energy of it and make it work. Put your attention and focus to it and really hit it out strong. Anyway, I thought that was a great story. I don't know that he realized even that there was a moral to that story or anything. He thought it was funny, and in fact the people we all were standing around just pretty much thought it was funny. It was a nice humorous story for us all, but I thought it was really cool in pointing out one of the traits of somebody that had been highly successful. So hopefully that helps you out today and gets you thinking about moving a little quicker. But on my way back to home tomorrow and back to finishing off the last pieces of the upcoming book. We've solidified the title. I can't wait to start sharing it with you. And for those of you that are interested in pre-ordering the book, make sure you keep an eye out for that. We'd love to hear you if you want to get your copy of it before everybody else. There's a time period here for the next couple weeks where you can pre-order it, and we'd love to have you on board. So anyway, keep your eyes open, and as usual, if you love the podcast, please share it with some other people and let them know that this might be something they would enjoy as well. So appreciate you all out there, and have a great day. We'll talk to you in the next podcast. Take care.
Want more magic for life? If so, then reserve your copy of my new book. Get your copy at everyminutebook.com.
Inside this book, you'll find the secrets to attaining the next level of performance in anything you do. Learn the secrets behind emotional mastery that'll start you on your new journey of being a lifer. Whether you're an athlete, a business professional, or an artist, this book will change your life forever. Get your copy reserved today.